Hello, I'm Arlena Schott, and welcome to Garden Wise Living. On today's episode, we stop off while we're in San Juan Capistrano for the Magical Miniature Garden Tour and visit with Annie Haven. Annie Haven is a good friend of mine, and she is the brewmistress of Authentic Haven brand Manure tea. We also venture to a friend of hers. He's a young man who has turned wine barrels into a dream of his, and I can't wait to share his story. So here we are at the ranch. So join me while I talk to Annie Haven and get some history on the ranch as well as her special brew. Good morning. Welcome to Garden Wise Living. This is Arlena Schott, and I'm here with Annie Haven, who is the brew mistress of the perfect brew, Annie Haven, or Haven brand Manure tea. Hello, Annie.
Hello, and thank you, Arlena, for coming to the ranch here in San Juan Capistrano. We're so happy to have you here. You know, everybody talks about getting to know your grower when you go to the CSA and how important it is. I'm happy to open my home to you. The ranch here is historic. The home's built in the early 1900s, so it's not real conducive to high traffic as much as I would love to open the doors. But that's the way it is for the livestock for them to be able to live the way they should.
Exactly.
So it's great to have you bring your crew in and your cameras and capture Manure tea and what it's all about.
Awesome. Wonderful. I've had a great trip on my Magical Miniature Garden workshop tour with Jeremy Miniatures, and we stopped off at the ranch because it has always been said by Garden Wise Living, it's up to the consumer to know where your product comes from. And I am really not beyond actually getting on the phone and calling and actually visiting, showing up to know for sure, is that exactly where my product comes from? And I can guarantee you right now, Annie's the real deal because I'm here. I'm in San Juan Capistrano. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your Mupu tea.
Okay. First of all, it's harvested by hand, processed by hand, and packaged by hand from our grass-fed livestock. We feed no antibiotics, no GE, no genetically engineered feed. They're raised as naturally as possible. We go into the pastures, usually via my golf cart, because that's the safest for the soil and the grass. We harvest, bring it out, and then we package it in convenient packages for the home gardener. Now, we've packaged for the large organic grower, the large natural grower, because it's been since before organic was a word. And what it does is it provides 100% natural nutrients to the soil.
Nice.
Giving your plants optimal plant growth. It conditions the soil, allows the roots to absorb the nutrients that they need. It's just Mother Nature at her best. And so in order, as development moved in, we then started having a new customer come, and that was the container patio, balcony, and home gardener. So the packaging that we did for the large natural grower that would brew in 1,000 to a 30,000 gallon vat, we reduced down to consumer-friendly packaging.
Nice.
So one 3x5 inch tea bag with our product will brew from a 1 gallon container to a 5 gallon container. We've made it as simple as possible for the person on the 178th floor of a downtown Manhattan apartment building to the larger grower with a 9,000 square. We have the alfalfa tea for roses, usually requiring one feeding right after the last frost. After you feed that, a week to 2 weeks later, depending on the size of the rose bush, use 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of Epsom salts, sprinkle that around the base of the bush, water that in very well, and then throughout the growing season of the roses, go ahead and you can either feed horse manure, tea, or cow manure, whichever the grower's preference. I have award-winning rosarians feeding both.
Nice.
So Also shade plants, your hosta plants, all shade plants love the alfalfa tea. So you can brew that up and feed that to them through the growing season. And every now and then, if you'd like to give them a little shot of manure tea, then you can do that.
Very nice. Wonderful information.
The cow manure is excellent for all of your vegetables. All of your plants can always use a little soil conditioning and that natural nutrients.
Yes.
Your house plants, they will love you for that natural root boost.
Sure.
It also as a foliar spray, and you always want to use any type of foliar spray early in the morning so that it has time to absorb. You don't ever want to spray in the heat of the afternoon or late in the evening because that'll attract a mildew problem for you. So it's as easy and as simple to use.
Brewing a pot of tea.
Exactly. It is no different than brewing sun tea for yourself. You just, well, I don't know. I'm beginning to think as well as it works on the plants, I might try drinking it. So here we go. We've just taken this little stylish little brew pot, which is made for human consumption, brewing tea, but
she switched it over.
We've switched it over for the convenience. So you take 1 tea bag, place it in, put the lid on, and this is for safety's sake more than anything else, and you allow it to steep. In a container this size, you would only need it to steep for 1 day, so you can fill it up the evening before you're going to garden, let it soak overnight, and it'll be ready to go in the morning for you.
Perfect. Well, you know what? You told me you've got the horse ready. He's out there. The old grandpa's out there. We're going to go out and feed him. She's going to give him some oats. And then we're going to head off in the golf cart and take a look at the cows. They're out there all munching in this sunny morning. It's beautiful here in San Juan Capistrano. So let's get going. We've got brewing to do.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
Become the secondary tool here. My whole purpose is to try not to disturb anything. The south end of the north-facing cow. It's where I spend my life. Their life will never know anything but this pasture. No stress, no worries, no lack for dinner. Silence around here is the human voice, the whinny of a horse, or the beller of a cow.
Back from harvest, it was a beautiful drive. Actually, it's very quiet, that golf cart, so that's fun.
That's one of the fine features of those that help me with manure tea, is because it's harvested by hand, processed by hand, packaged by hand. There's no noise, there's no machinery. Even the golf cart is quiet. Right. So it keeps the peaceful serenity of the ranch. Yes. And that's the main purpose, is to not alter anything. It's operating the same way it has since the early 1800s. And I'm just so honored to be carrying this legacy on and being able to introduce my product to the world of gardening. Nice. I consider today that the home gardener now is become the farmer. You know, we had thousands of acres we farmed. As developments moved in, you went down to the smaller farmer, maybe farming 10 acres or 20 acres. people are farming their balconies now.
Yes.
And that's what I'm so enjoying seeing. And the people that I communicate with on Twitter that talk to me at Green Soil or on Facebook at either my personal page, Annie Haven, or at Authentic Haven Brand Natural Brew on Facebook. It's that connection that people are truly farming. So you can be, the majority of the people that sell at farm to markets are only farming maybe a quarter of an acre to a half an acre.
Correct.
So you can grow a lot of produce. I never bought into this, we needed big ag to feed the world.
No.
Because we can truly feed ourselves and our neighbors in growing in containers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Products like the Grow Box. Wonderful products.
Exactly.
You know, Hydro Spike is another
Woolly
one.
Pockets. Yes, absolutely.
Great companion products for my product and for the homeowner that's busy and on the go. These are, you know, self-watering, small containers that you can put up on your balcony.
Yes.
And you're growing food.
Exactly.
And healthy food, and it has a taste. And so it's fun to talk with people that are brewing my teas. I got a tweet this morning from a wonderful follower in Cape Cod that had ordered a 3-pack of Manure tea, and I just got an order in for a 9-pack.
Nice.
And how lovely her garden looks, and how happy she's, you know, looking forward to seeing it this summer.
Yes, awesome.
And of course, the Redneck Rosarian and his wife
Rose
just
Cat.
won a blue ribbon at the 60th annual Birmingham Rose Show, and they tweeted out, you know, thank you, it's Moo Poo Tea.
Awesome.
You know, it's
Yes,
exciting.
It is
It's exciting.
Really good, exciting. Actually, that's what we can do. If you would send Annie Haven either on her Facebook page or tweet her and say that you saw the show and saw us brewing her brew, I bet you she'd send you a pack of tea.
Well, I think we ought to
least
do
one.
that.
At least one.
I
Yes.
think we ought to do something special for the viewers, and we'll come up with a little contest. And Shirley,
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
post a picture of your garden. If you have a garden problem, a plant that's maybe not doing well,
Awesome. That sounds good.
let's get a little single pack of tea out to them so they can see what it really does.
Yes.
And then we'll do a contest maybe and do a 9-pack giveaway. That's almost a season worth of Manure tea.
This is wonderful. Now, see, we brewed. See how nice it turned out? And that was just a whole day. This was just this morning that we started this. So this afternoon, it really looks good.
Yes, yes, it does.
It didn't take this long. And so we're going to use it. We're going to use it now just for the purpose of. But you do suggest a whole day, correct?
I would suggest a whole day for a container like this.
Yes.
And usually what I do here, and this is the table. This is, I have set up outside my back door.
It's
and
there, yes.
This is what I use to brew for my house plants. So it is, as you come to my back door, you pass by my little brew jar.
Yes.
But I would put this in the night before that I'm going to feed my plants and just let it brew overnight. A good 12 to 24 hours is fine.
Sure. Well, remember though, when you come to the ranch, if you come to the ranch and you step up on the back porch, this is brewing and it looks really inviting. Don't go
Don't
there.
drink it.
Don't do that. No. I didn't fall for that because I know what her brew looks like. Okay, so
Hence we have the tea tag always
Tell
hanging
us
out in front,
what we're doing here.
just in case.
Yes. So you have a way of mixing it, correct? Because we don't just water this straight, correct? No.
Well, no, there's no need to water it straight. You can take 1 cup of the tea to 4 cups of water.
Oh, nice.
So it goes a long way.
Nice.
And you can feed your plants every time you water. So you can put it in one of those containers that hook onto the spray containers, hook onto the hose. You can water your lawn with it. I have gardeners who actually just have Hudson sprayers. They fill it, they hang the tea bag, they brew it right in the Hudson sprayer, they take it out, they use it to spray, you know, in their conservatories to be able to reach in and really water the plants well. So it's very versatile.
Yes, it is. And Annie, I've talked before on Garden Wise Living about being from Nevada, actually living there and, and ranching there and farming there, both. And Grandpa, E.P. Workman, always had a big, huge barrel of of manure tea brewing. So this to me makes perfect sense, and it's really great that you're doing it in a way that the home gardeners can be accessible to it, rather than having to have a pickup truck and searching for the organic barns and coming here and picking up loads of it. You can actually get it in their hands in a really nice, convenient way.
One of the main reasons is here at the ranch, it's what we consider closed loop.
Yes.
In other words, I know what my livestock are eating, and so therefore I know what they're producing.
Exactly.
When you do go to a stable, or you go to a dairy, or you go to a livestock yard, or you go to your garden center,